What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with C. Just kind of slid under the radar today, but Daniel Sprong will be out for 6 to 8 months after sustaining a shoulder injury while practicing with the Pittsburgh Penguins at some point during their Cup run. He was a Black Ace, obviously started the year with Pittsburgh, and maybe should have been back in junior all along. It's one of those guys that just further proves my point that the CHL NHL agreement is complete and total fucking bullshit, because some guys are kind of ready for the AHL, but they're not ready for the NHL, and they've already outgrown junior hockey. And that's, I think he played pretty well up in Charlottetown, and I'm sure people up there enjoyed having him back. But it's one of those situations. I just think he would have been better off in the AHL. But I'm just like a broken record, repeating myself. Tough luck for the Penguins, for Charlottetown. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I would have been intrigued to see him having, another year major junior under his belt, having 10 AHL playoff games under his belt, what that would have meant for his development. Where would he have stood in, in September, October, in terms of cracking the Penguins open that roster while also simultaneously having CHL eligibility. Kind of an intriguing situation. I fully expect when he's back he'll be in the queue with Charlottetown, unless maybe they move his rights or something. I don't know. I don't know the specifics, ins and outs of that, but I think we won't see him in the NHL next season, which is just disheartening. I mean, I would like to have seen, him get another, especially, you think about it with Pittsburgh. They've got so many guys playing in the World Cup, during training camp, and get a much longer look from Mike Sullivan. But, we'll see what happens. It's definitely a tough one. In fact, he got hurt, practicing. It's like, shit, not what you want. But Pittsburgh right now saying he'll be on the ice in January or February of this year. So we'll see what happens. The Penguins team surgeon, gave him performed the surgery, performed the operation. So we'll see if we see him. In the I know I'm contradicting myself here, but theoretically, he can stay with Pittsburgh while which makes recovers and rehabs, which makes sense. When he comes back in January, whenever, he can technically do an AHL conditioning stint, and then from there maybe play a couple NHL games, and then maybe send him back on. It's kind of there's a player this happened to not long ago. Oh, it kind of happened with Jonathan Drouin like 2 years. It wasn't as serious an injury, but I think it was his first pro year last year. He was hurt, started the year in the AHL, even though he was CHL eligible, and then ended up playing with Tampa, the rest of the season. Didn't play as much as he'd like. We all know that, but yeah, that was Jonathan Drouin at 14-15. So we'll see what happens. I mean, always an interesting situation with prospects. Especially a deep team like Pittsburgh. I would have liked to have seen what Sprong could do, but yeah, he's still young. Time is on his side. Anyway, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.